long time no see, eh? I'm still here, I promise, and I'm going to explain what's been going on and where we've been. It's been a lot of fun running Biteforce for those first 10 or 11 or so episodes. We've had some pretty crazy moments and pretty crazy crushings. But as I was filming it, a few different things became apparent, a few things I wanted to fix for the long-term good of the channel and the video quality. Now, before we dive into all this, I should say we do crush a couple of items in today's video. I couldn't neglect you entirely. There's a timestamp on the screen right now if you want to skip forward to just the crushings at the end. Though I think you should stick around and hear all this as well. I promise it's not too boring. Anyway, there's a few problems I wanted to solve. The first is, as you'll have seen, the press stutters. I have to manually pump the press, and that means the movement is inherently jerky. And it makes an awful noise as it happens. It's less obvious when I speed up the footage, but I've been long wanting to shift over to a method that would grant continuous smooth movement all the way down, and I could play the unedited sound so you could properly hear what's going on without me having to stop and start and stop and start. The second problem is that there just isn't much room in the press. Thanks to the teeth being so huge, curse you T.rex, and the press being so small, my total headroom for objects is about 10 centimeters. Now you'll have seen this be a problem on episodes like the toothpaste or the shaving foam canisters, where I sometimes literally had to cut these items down with a kitchen knife just to fit them under the press ram. And well, those two are no longer a problem, or won't be very soon. Robin 2.0 has arrived and is being set up. Robin is now equipped with a pneumatic over hydraulic system, and that means she uses compressed air to pump hydraulic oil in a steady motion, controlled by a foot pump, finally. And it also means she now has a movable base plate. That means we can crush anything of any height, basically. We're much less limited here. In the past, we had 10 centimeters. I think we've now got about a meter of wiggle room or something like that. It's up towards the meter mark. So much more space. There is one downside, and that is the ram's stroke is only 15 centimeters, which means some of the big objects will need moving around mid-crush, but she should be a big improvement over old Robin. I'm sorry, old Robin. Now, whilst I was deciding to commit to this new press, commit hard to this channel and spring for a new Robin, I figured, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. Let's lean in all the way, so allow past me to showcase what I'm talking about. But it's not just the height and it's not just the stuttering. The other major problem that I've been having is that only these two teeth here in the middle are made out of metal. These are a stainless steel and bronze hybrid. These two teeth here and these two teeth here around the side are actually made of a hollow vinyl. They've been painted to look the same, but if these came up against anything particularly tough, they would rather inevitably crack and split open by the end. Now, the reason for that is that these two teeth in the middle are very expensive. This is a custom metal blend, as I say. They're shipped over from France. They're 3D printed to make sure they could be in the required shape. However, it didn't make sense to me to commit to the brand new press and not commit to the entire shebang. So right here, we should have 4 more metal teeth. Let's get this out of the way. Very exciting times. Make sure there's 4 of them. Okay. This is how the teeth look when they first arrive. It's quite heavy in your hand. It's a hardy thing. So as you can see, so as I say, that is a stainless steel bronze hybrid. I think it's 60-40 in favor of the bronze, and then it's dyed black during the process. And there we have them. So there's my hand for scale. I guess they're basically 6 fingers worth, aren't we all? And as you can see, the middle 2 are slightly smaller than the outside ones. And then the middle 2 that we've already got established are even smaller than those. So these 4 are going to sit around the outside like that. The 2 existing ones are going to get taken off the current press and put onto this. Press is ram with these attached at the side as well. They're all going to get repainted, and then finally we should be ready to rock and roll. So, we've got smooth motion, we've got much more height to work with, and we can now crush objects with the entirety of the upper jaw. Hopefully, you can see why I've been quiet lately. Now, this is still in the setup phase, and there's going to be a little while now without content, but I'm really hoping it's going to pay off in the long run and we can relaunch the channel with much higher quality across the board. I know it's going to hurt the numbers now and probably when we relaunch, but it's a calculated risk, and I hope you're all going to come back with me when the channel relaunches. Hopefully within a few weeks, it might be a little bit longer. I'm not going to put a number on it. I'll tell you as soon as it looks like it's going to happen. Anyway, that's what's been going on. Now let's crush a couple of things. These 2 items for today were ones I'd already recorded and had planned to just kind of fold into future videos as and when I needed content. And since we've got a little time today and I couldn't, entirely deprive you, well, my favourite fruit in the whole world, my beloved pineapple, has arrived, and Robin is very hungry. I think it's safe to say the pineapple has been opened and she looks delicious. Secondly, and finally, I've really taken to porcelain items for these videos because I think they break really satisfyingly, and this beautiful, surprisingly cheap teapot I picked up on eBay looks like perfect fodder with the lid being separate, etc. I mean, Robin is British after all. Time for a spot of tea? God, I love it when that happens. And so that is it for today. It is going to be a while now before you hear from me again, but as soon as the press is ready to go, I will let you know that content is coming. As soon as I stop recording that content, and that means a video is on the way, I will let you know something is happening. And I've got big plans for the relaunch, let's put it that way. I've ordered something, I kind of splurged a little bit. I figured if we're going to relaunch, we should go hard. Let's get a really cool item in to crush. And I've ordered something pretty incredible. It's going to take a few weeks to arrive, but oh boy, it's exciting stuff. You'll have to stick around, wait and see what that's going to be, but I think you'll really, really enjoy it. In the meantime, thank you so much for all of your support. I really hope you'll stick with the channel through this period and then come back when we relaunch. I promise it's going to get better and better. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.